All the speakers are speaking for 5 to 7 minutes. With that, I'm going to introduce Rex Pollock to introduce our first speaker. Rex Pollock.
Mr. Postmaster, I asked for the opportunity to introduce Ed because we share a lot in common. About 20 years ago, when a speech contest was held in the Wichita area and I was competing, people tended to shake a little bit. Now, at the district, they didn't bother them so much, but in Division A, I was pretty good. When I went to the division contest this year and saw that I was competing against Ed Young, I started to shake a little because Ed is a great speaker. He has done things I have never done. He has just won this year his third district speech contest. That means this will be his third attempt to be the champion of world public speaking. Ed loves a challenge. I wish I could have seen the ones he's done before. I have not seen them, but I know that you are in for a treat tonight because this is a world-class speaker and he's got a message for you. Please help me welcome Ed Young and his speech, Dare to Achieve Your Dream.
I was 12 years old and my mom gave me my first beer. I had just finished mowing the yard. I walked through the back door into the kitchen and there stood my mom. She was standing in between the avocado green stove and the refrigerator. And if you would have been there that night, you could have smelled the dinner cooking as only mom could make. It smelled like home. She saw how I sweat through my clothes. She reached into that refrigerator, grabbed the beer, and as she handed it to me, she said, "Ed, every man deserves a cold beer at the end of a hard day." I was 12 years old, and my mom knew I was a man. That root beer tasted great. It was root beer then. Soon it became real beer, and later, harder alcohol. From that day forward, every time I reached for a drink, I thought to myself, I deserve this. Today, I'm a recovering alcoholic. That thought of deserve nearly cost me my dream of a family. I didn't even deserve the dream. Many of us dream, we all deserve to dream, but few of us ever dare to achieve our dream. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters guests, today you'll learn ways you can dare to achieve your dream. Do you remember falling in love? November 1998, I met her. I was helping people onto the second floor where our rooms were at a hotel. I opened up the door to the stairs and I heard a voice. I looked over the stairwell and there she was. A raven-haired beauty. She had a bag over each shoulder. She was taking the steps 2 at a time and talking to herself. I thought, that's someone I gotta meet. Says something about me, doesn't it? Her name was Deborah. She was a single mother of a 5-year-old daughter, and they'd been alone for 3 years since Alyssa's biological father had walked out. I was smitten. Now raise your hand if you know that when you date a single mother, you date the children as well. I'd go and pick them up, and Alyssa would see me. She'd come running over to me. She'd grab my hands. She'd jump on my feet. "I want some piggies, Ed! I want some piggies!" Remember this little piggy went to market? This little piggy had roast beef. When I dropped them off at the end of the evening, I wasn't sure my piggies were going to make it all the way home. But I was in love. And my dream of a family was coming into focus. But I would not quit drinking. July 9th, 1999, I got the call. Have you ever gotten the call? Maybe it's the one that you didn't get the job or the loan didn't go through. The call that changed your life. For me, it was the breakup call. It was Deborah. "Ed, I am not going to raise Alyssa like this. It's me or the drinking." She was breaking up with me. Now, what woman in their right mind would break up with all of this? But she was. How would a normal person respond to that? Here's how I did it. "Woman, my mama doesn't tell me how to live, and you're not going to either." Now, ladies, if a man ever calls you woman, is that conversation going to go well? Guys, if you've never done it, don't. When we hung up, I was single. I was sober. I was miserable. called her the next day. Deborah, I love you. My life would be a poverty without you. I'll never drink again. I had no idea how I was going to do that. How was I going to quit drinking after drinking for 30 years? But I knew someone who had done it before me. His name was Gary. Gary became my mentor. He'd done what I was trying to do. And isn't that one of the reasons we joined Toastmasters? So we can become better. We can follow the path that somebody else has gone before and done. Our competent communicators, our competent leaderships. Gary had quit drinking. I needed to learn how he did it. I went to his house. Gary, man, she's going to leave me. What do I do? You could smell the coffee that he just brewed. He took a drink. Ed, how are your ninja skills? Ninja skills? Gary, I don't want to fight her. I want to marry her. No, Ed, a ninja is an assassin, and you have to learn to assassinate your thoughts. It was up to me what I thought. And I learned to become a thought ninja. Yeah! Every time that thought hit, I deserve it. I replaced it with my life would be a poverty without it. And as the withdrawals hit from the loss of the chemical, I thought, oh my goodness, I have to feel that little girl bouncing on my feet again. And I was able to quit drinking. Who's your mentor today? What's your dream? What thoughts are keeping you from your dream? How are your ninja skills? We were married September 25th, 1999. Such a beautiful day. Deborah and Alyssa came down the aisle toward me, and all my friends and family saw it didn't take a blind woman to marry me. But see, then it hit me. This whole time I thought it was about my dream of having a family, and it wasn't. It was about Deborah and Alyssa. See, Deborah dreamed of me becoming the man she needed to be a husband and walk through the years with. And that little girl, she dreamed of having a forever daddy, one that would never leave. If I would have never dared to achieve my dream by stopping drinking, they could have never had theirs. My friends, somebody out there is waiting on you to dare to achieve your dream. And if you don't, you cheat them out of theirs. How are your ninja skills? Who's your mentor? Are you going to dare to achieve your dream? We're waiting. Mr. Toastmaster.
Our next speaker is Kelly. Do you ever feel addicted to your phone?